Shohei Ohtani is putting the league on notice right now. He's finally healthy and putting up the numbers a lot of people were expecting him to put up when he signed with the Angels a couple years back. Now, Ohtani has done very well hitting in his career, but he has never really been a great pitcher. He had awful pitching seasons, and prior to the 2020 season, he had Tommy John surgery, so he has not pitched in a long time. But this year, he is back and he's pitching like an ace. So far in 4 starts, he has 18 2/3 innings pitched. He's struck out 30 batters, has a 2.41 ERA, and a 1.39 whip. And yes, the whip of 1.39 is a lot higher than you would like to see from him. He is having trouble commanding the fastball right now. He is a little bit wild with all of his pitches. He had 6 walks in only 5 innings in his last start against Tampa Bay. So it's something he's going to continue to work on and hopefully improve upon as the season goes on. And not to mention, Ohtani is also throwing fastballs well above 100 miles an hour. He's had many pitches clock in at 102 miles an hour, 101. So it's safe to say he is fully healed from his Tommy John surgery a couple years back. He is throwing the ball harder than anyone in baseball right now. So it is great to see this guy finally pitching to the potential we saw in him a couple years back. He's always had the stuff. He's always had the live velocity. It's just been putting it together and staying healthy, I guess. He's never really stayed healthy prior to this, like I said, in terms of pitching. He has had a couple of seasons under his belt hitting, but the one issue he has always had was staying healthy with his arm. And we talked about pitching, now let's get to the offensive side of things. In 29 games so far in 2021, Ohtani is hitting .278. He's got 10 home runs, which is tied for the major league lead. He's driven in 26, and he also has 6 stolen bases. So this guy can really do it all offensively. He's a 5-tool player offensively, and when you take into consideration that he pitches as well and he's doing very well on the mound this year, he is a top MVP candidate so far in my opinion. I mean, this dude is putting up historic numbers. Like, we have never seen anyone do this in the big leagues before. We've seen a couple guys in the past who have been hydro pitcher hitters, guys like Brendan McKay. Never really panned out for McKay in terms of the hitting. He's more of a pitcher now, but Ohtani is really doing it at an all-star level on both sides of the ball. Now, if Ohtani does keep this up, I can see him hitting 40 home runs this season, stealing 20, maybe 25 bases, and on the pitching side of things, I can also see him having a 3 ERA, striking out maybe 100, 150. I think the Angels are going to manage his workload this year simply because he has had the bad history with the injuries in his arm. He's never really had a full season under his belt pitching, so they will definitely manage his workload, but he's still going to have a great season pitching, I would say. And if Ohtani keeps up this pace, I have to say he is the pick for the AL MVP. You can't really make an argument against him because, yeah, there's guys like Mike Trout, Byron Buxton having great starts to their season. They're not doing it on both sides. Ohtani's pitching and hitting like an all-star, and in my opinion, that just goes unmatched. You can't match the value that Ohtani is bringing to the Angels right now. And it is scary to think about a possible injury coming up with Ohtani because of his history. I really hope it doesn't happen. I want him to have a full healthy season because the way he's playing this year, like I said before, if he does play fully healthy season this year, I think he is the AL MVP. And I also wanted to mention Ohtani's WAR right now. He's currently having a great season. He has a 1.9 WAR, which is tied for 5th in all of baseball with his teammate Mike Trout. And in my opinion, WAR is one of the most important stats in baseball. And the fact that he ranks 5th right now does bode a little tough for his AL MVP chances because Byron Buxton has a 2.7. He's far and away the best in baseball right now, but he is injured, which is going to go against him. He is, like I said before, an injury-prone player. If Ohtani keeps this up and keeps pitching and hitting the way he will, his WAR will continue to rise and get up there and maybe even rise into the top 3 and get to the top in all of baseball. And even outside of his raw baseball talent, he's really attracting more fans all across baseball because we have never seen this before. I've mentioned this before. We've never seen a guy hit and pitch the way Ohtani has been pitching so far and hitting. So a lot of fans are coming to watch baseball, to watch Ohtani play. I remember that one game against Chicago White Sox on Sunday Night Baseball. He was throwing 102-mile-an-hour fastballs, striking out all kinds of guys. And then the first at-bat that game, he came up against Dylan Cease and smoked a 450-plus foot home run into the seats. It was just amazing to watch. And going forward with Ohtani, really the only thing in my opinion holding him back from having a Hall of Fame career is his health. And looking forward, if Ohtani finds a way to stay healthy for the next 10 years or so and has a decent major league career, I think he is almost a lock for the Hall of Fame because of the impact he's going to have on all of baseball, how good he is pitching, how good he is hitting. I just think he's a lock for the Hall of Fame if he keeps this up, and I really hope he does do so because I'm rooting for the guy. He's fought through many injuries, and you hate to see that with a guy with so much hype around him. So really hope he stays healthy the rest of his career and keeps up the play, because if he does, he's going to have multiple MVP awards under his belt, and that will only strengthen his Hall of Fame case. And that's going to be all for the video. I just want to get my thoughts out on Ohtani, how crazy he is playing so far this year, and just my personal opinion on him going forward. So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, comment your thoughts down below, subscribe as well. I post a lot of baseball content on this channel, and I'm going to continue to do that going forward. So if you're a baseball fan, this is the place to be. And lastly, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.